hey, stuff happens, stuff up. One, this is not my work. I don't like this. I don't want to see this out there. What can I say? This car is obviously massive. It started bubbling, like it went to a big bubble. We tried to lift it and put it back down. Might as well. See? Ah, my skin! We're fixing it all. Just gotta get the stuff done properly, you know what I mean? Like putting this thing back together the way it should have been put from the first way, like first time it came in. What kind of bro? What is this? What is that? But I mean, that was a stupid decision for them to pay that crazy money. But probably cost like 12, 13 grand extra for this to be matte, you know? So it's like a sand kind of color, almost like pastel-y white, but honestly it looks so nice. And you know what color this reminds me of? Reminds me of Drake's Phantom. His Phantom with the owl with the diamond eyes and everything looks crazy. So it's pretty much the same color. They sent me a spec that was done, and I think it was Dubai. Let me check my my phone here. So there was a Phantom done in Dubai, and they wanted to kind of mimic the same design, right? So that's a Mansuri. This obviously is a new body. Yeah. But you know, we teamed up with Premier Tire. They got the wheels installed, looks beautiful. Now with this, once we're done, honestly, it's gonna be a statement piece on the road. We did the full lower half. We still have to trim off a couple edges, make it look super clean. We also did the reflectors. The pinstripe, remember, that's done by hand. So we can't do that, it's covered with the PPF. Oh. They wanted that same kind of two-tone look, and honestly, with the black, it looks super sharp. And they thought about, I think, doing the black on the windows, but because the wheels are the polished with the kind of chrome style, it just flows really nice with the window trims and the grille, right? Quick turnaround. Colored PPF is a new way. We always tell you guys, you know, if you're trying to mimic paint, the only way to do it is going to be, you know, with colored PPF, not with wrap. You're going to get this finish. Obviously, it's still dirty right now because it has watermarks all over it. Once we're done and clean it, it's going to look stunning. And if you guys are looking to change your cars, you know where to go. We went somewhere else to get a bunch of stuff done, and we're fixing it all. Just got to get the stuff done properly, you know what I mean? Like, we've literally spent weeks putting this thing back together the way it should have been put from the first way, like first time it came in.
Over 12 hours between the last 2 days.
Yeah, just with like small tedious stuff, you know?
What were you saying before?
Fenders were mounted incorrectly, missing hardware in the front lip, the intake scoops, missing hardware in the engine bay.
Everything. Suspension, like EDC controllers weren't plugged in, plastic pieces broken.
Intakes.
The intake that was installed wasn't even installed. We just literally had to take apart everything and then now not know where any of the hardware is, because when we take apart something, we bag. You see how we do it. We bag it. Everything's labeled. Even this right now, we even relabeled this. That was just in a box.
So these are all of it. All that out.
We had to go through it one by one and find where each location is. Print this out. We didn't have even a paper, so now we're going through everything.
Bank corresponds to a list. So if you want to reverse and go back to original hardware.
Yeah. So at least the label. Yeah. See. Now if it goes back, stock stuff is labeled to number 5. Boom.
Grab bag number 5.
It's just, yeah. It's just such a nightmare. This thing has just been, bro, I can't even explain. Anyway,
it looks good.
It looks good. We just want this thing to be done, and we'll button up the last couple things, let him enjoy it for the long weekend. He has to come back again next week. Those some small things that we just got to finish up, and we're just trying to get it to him because it's finally a nice day after like a long ass winter, and I'm sure he wants to drive. I haven't even driven any of my cars, and my cars were back on insurance May 1st, you know? So I get it, you know, let's get the car to him. Everything's buttoned up properly at least now. Nothing's gonna be falling apart. No carbon pieces that he bought is not gonna be falling apart. Like, everything's done right, yeah. So we're gonna finish this up. Instead of like Mickey Mouse, you know, work, this piece was supposed to go here, but this much of the carbon was covering, the intake was touching it. Yeah. So Javier cut it out, notched it, dremeled it, made it look clean. We even put like a factory kind of rubber adhesive so that way, you know, you don't see the rough edges. Yeah. And it looks super OEM.
True. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, now it's gonna work. So before he thought, hey, I can't make it work, so I'll just take off the other side and leave the carbon. But you know, we had to MacGyver some stuff and make it work. And now he has a full dry carbon engine bay. Right? Drippy. But we gotta work, bro. Come on, man.
Even your watch.
Might as well. Steam. Ah, my skin. I should steam this. I didn't even realize that. There you go.
Yeah. Get it nice and shiny.
You can't do that to an Alibaba watch, guys. No, ceramic's done. I just gotta put the spoiler on, door handles in, and final clean. Like, it's not much, it's just quick stuff. Same double-sided tape, but we use like a body shop grade double-sided tape. It depends. Some spoilers will actually urethane it, right? So like when it's a car that didn't come with it before and like it's a special shape, or if it's aftermarket, you want it to be like really sturdy because sometimes they don't fit flush, you know? Yeah. But this is an OEM one, and it came OEM with adhesive, and it's the OEM grade adhesive, and it was really strong, obviously. So we have body shop grade ones that it's bulletproof. So we did it in black. We painted at the body shop, we painted it black. Yeah, so we have, obviously taking off is a pain in the ass, bro, because it's so strong. And then you gotta remove the adhesive that's on the spoiler still, because you need to reapply new one. So before you paint it, you're removing, you're cutting it, you're like using a rubber wheel, it's a lot of work. And then you gotta do the same thing with the body, remove all the adhesive, you gotta polish it. And then obviously reapply the same thing. It's a lot of work. People think it's just like quick and easy. Yeah, it's not that easy. And then obviously when you paint it, it's still kind of fresh. You gotta be very careful with it, right? But yeah, that was the other thing that we need to finish on this. He was contemplating on doing black badges. Yeah, honestly, we end up keeping it because one, it's a lot of badges to change. And then the badge on the front is chrome behind that like little glass. So it's hard to go and obviously block that out. So it flows. And honestly, it gives it some character, to be honest. Yeah, we did a dark smoke PPF on the back. You see like here, this is an actual glass, right? Yeah, the Distronic is behind it. So you don't want to put too much stuff. That chrome there, you can't black out. That one that we did last time, we actually put tinted PPF to just give it a little bit of a darker tone. No, like this has PPF on it right now. We put clear PPF, right? But if you go wrap and all that, it's gonna look horrible. It won't look nice. But yeah, he has the subtle polish stuff all around the car, like the badge here, the pieces on the grill. You might as well keep it, you know? If you're going black, then you black out everything. Like literally black out everything. Like all this I would remove and just paint, right? Yeah, the grill, you'd remove the bumper, take the grill out, like change all the badges. We would order black ones if they have black. If not, then we get a brand new set, we paint it, has a factory adhesive, and you stick it back. Dark smoke, PPF, like this looks factory, bro.
It does.
Remember, right?
You didn't even say anything about it.
No, it's like so glossy, bro. It's glossier than the actual paint, you know? So we did that. Back in the days, we used to put black paint in clear, and then we would paint the taillights and headlights. That's how we used to do it. And they would look so fire, right? Because back then, the tint that you used to put on cars, like the taillight tint or headlight tint, was so shit. It had like that orange peel. It would peel, like it was just crappy like Chinese material, right? But this looks obviously super OEM. We did gloss black PPF on the roof there as well. So that gave it that like full panel roof, which I don't know why from Benz they don't do that. It's already like 75% black because of the glass. They left this little section here. Yeah. Obviously the trunk we're not gonna touch because it's one piece, like this has a separation. So we left it like that. And then once you put the black spoiler on, it's gonna just finish up, it's gonna finish this car up nice. But yeah, we did that. We did PPF on all the carbon pieces on the inside. The screen obviously is protected too, the center console, all the gloss. Door handles are going in. We'll button this up, give it a quick vacuum because he didn't ceramic coat the interior. He just wanted PPF. But yeah, this car is ready to go. So instead of obviously removing all the adhesive and then sticking it down because it's a one shot, so you do it this way. So you remove the adhesive a little bit. Right, so we're gonna go like this because now it's lined up. It's called tricks of the trade, you know. That's it. You push it down now, post heat it, polish the lip, ceramic it, and we done.
Too much weight down on it.
No, it's because it's flat. Remember, it's OEM spoiler, so the fitment's fire, right? Aftermarket, you'll have like waviness and all that stuff. Look at that. The black makes it look 10 times better. There was a scratch up here on the back. There's also a scratch here. You took pictures and videos of everything, right? They bought a brand new but it has 2,000 kilometers on it now. They should have got it done right away, but it's okay. Better late than never. Factory matte paint. You already know how that goes if you damage it. This factory matte. Factory matte.
With matte.
A stealth PPF on top.
So does that make it look like extra?
It definitely enhances it more. I feel like it looks way better when you put the PPF on it. And if you ceramic coat on top, game over.
Is that something a lot of people come to with matte PPF and they want, or matte color with a matte PPF?
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Because if you put clear PPF, yeah, if you put clear, it's gonna make it clear, bro. Come on, Alex. This guy. Yeah, you can. You can actually make it glossy again. Maybe not as glossy, but it's glossy.
Have you done that?
No.
I'm actually curious to see what that looks
like. We've tried it. Like we've seen like what it looks like.
Yeah.
It goes to gloss. That's just added, that's like adding clear to this, right?
So if someone has matte paint, but like I don't like matte anymore,
You go gloss.
They can go gloss.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, that was a stupid decision for them to pay that crazy money. That probably cost like 12, 13 grand extra for this to be matte, you know? Boy, Sonny, yo, look at how fire that is. Jeez. Damn, that is fire.
Show it again.
That's the interior that I want. You feel that? Imagine sitting on that. Whew. Bro, you're gonna love this interior. Oh yeah, I got this S5 M2 collision job. Collision's been a little bit slow lately. I was really getting into accidents. But look at the amount of pollen on this car.
And that's, how long has this been sitting out for?
I don't know, a couple days, but that's how bad the pollen has been. Let me move this forward. Okay. Yeah, look at that interior, bro. What I want to do if I get a touring, it's gonna go with this interior. At least it's more of a like executive spec, you know. Let me see how many kilometers on this thing. Oh, 3,000 kilometers. We drove it a bit. I usually hate silver, but I mean it's better than black. Or if this thing like with that color interior, a champagne wheel would look very, very nice with this. But it's very clean, bro. Very, very subtle. He wants to detail it, get it back up to spec for I guess for the spring. Summertime, so we're gonna detail it and get it nice and clean. We have his Turbo S coming as well. I'm pretty sure it's either Irish green or British Racing. It's very similar to British Racing green. Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
There's a nice texture on it.
Yeah. Pollen, which I'm very allergic to. Let's get it cleaned up. Maybe I might just black out his reflectors for him quick. It'll look way better than leaving it orange. Y'all been doing here behind my back or what's going on? Oh! What kind of shit, bro? What is this? What? What is that?
This is soap.
It's soap. It's soap. I know it's soap, but like, where did the soap come from? It's been sitting for so long. We had to keep washing it every like 2 days, 3 days. Okay, let me turn on the lights here, buddy. Especially when you put, yo, watch, flick that switch over there. That's right on the wall. Look at that. The ambiance. When you have the TVs playing and just the wall light, it looks so fresh. Drake album has me feeling some type of way, bro. We talked about this the other day, right? Car was complete. So it was done. Now it had to cure obviously over the weekend because PPF, obviously you don't want to release the car right away. It needs to dry. We always say at least 1 month of proper heat in the sun is when PPF will fully cure. That's why we usually get cars in after a month. We do a complimentary wash. We check the vehicle. If there's anything that needs to be replaced, we replace it. You know, there's panels that can fail, and that's normal. It's just the way type of business is. This car was done on the weekend, and it was curing. And on Tuesday, because it was a long weekend, I came back quickly. I was only here for a few hours. It didn't look like too much stuff, but it got worse. So with colored PPF, still very new in the game, obviously, it is very, very hard to make look perfect. How can I say it? With wrap, you're more flexible with like crazy panels. You could stretch it, you could put inlays. Like you've seen that Revelta we did was perfect. We took apart the entire car, and taking the car apart makes it, obviously easier when there's panels that you can get into deeper crevices or whatever it is. This car is obviously massive, and what can I say? One, we don't know what's on the car because it's like 10 plus years old. It's like 12 years old, right? Certain areas that are very, very hard to do, we try our best to make it look perfect without adding so many seams. Because when you have clear PPF or if you're doing stealth, and you're doing the same color, like you're putting a clear on top of your basic color, you don't have to go to the point where it's like, okay, fine, if there's a seam, it's not gonna be a huge issue. But now when you're going, this car thankfully is black, it's not like white or yellow like the Revelto. We tried to do this entire fender. It's massive. I don't know if you can see it on yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's a massive fender, lot of curves, lot of body lines, like sharp edges, like even here, for example, very sharp edges. Then you have a flat face here, and then you're going down, swooping, and then going in. And then you're coming this way. So obviously there's only so much you could stretch. We're not perfect at what we do. Sadly, you can see the PPF failed here. It started bubbling, like it went to a big bubble. We tried to lift it and put it back down, and we thought it would stick. It didn't, and you know, we couldn't deliver the car. So we had already ordered material ready to go. Obviously, it's coming in from overseas, so we have to wait at least a week. It's not like a common color that we do all the time. But see, like these panels, it worked out good. You didn't have too much stretch. So it's both fenders. That fender failed the worst. So we have something here on the mirror that failed here. We got some fingers, which I'm not happy about. And there's a little bubble here as well, because again, sharp crease coming down. So I'm gonna replace this. I mean, the proper way would be to disassemble the whole car. But you know, some people don't want to disassemble it. And then one, obviously, you know, if there's certain costs that are entailed, we have to keep it in that budget. If you're gonna pay me, you know, 15 grand, fine, let's do it. You know, we'll take apart the whole entire car. I'll spend a month on it if I have to. But if you have a certain dollar amount, we have to work with that budget. But sadly, it failed there. And even in this area here where the bumper is, very, very hard piece. Like all these pieces are molded in. So you can't do anything unless you take this bumper off. Again, same thing. So we try to put in some inlays, and it just looks like crap. I was not happy with it. Gonna figure out a way to do it, and I think the only way to do it is now removing the bumper. This is not my work. I don't like this. I don't want to see this out there. And we're being straight up and honest with you guys. This is what it's all about. Like, bro, you know me. I'm real, bro. Like 95% of people out there would never even show this. But hey, stuff happens. Up, and we rectify it. Make sure it's perfect. It's gonna be a little bit of a delay for the customer, but you know, once it's done, hopefully it's back up to our standards. You know, you see some mistakes and we own up to it. That's it.